All right, this one is for you, dear Scorpio. Welcome. This is Tarot Lumination with your December 2018 mini love and relationship generic report. Okay, and that's you, Scorpio. Okay, so if you've been here before, please forgive me as I go through the drill just to get everybody on the same page, and we'll get into it eventually. All right. Now, first off, we're going to use the Tarot Lumination Crucible spread. It's on the understanding that there's you, Scorpio, a significant other, and a third entity itself, the relationship, okay, which has a life, structure, energy, purpose, and meaning, and identity all of its own. And how are you guys aware of that? If so, and how much? Is it leaky? Is it strong? Has it got good foundations? Is it wobbly? Is it flexible? Can you guys shift and change as the energies shift and change around us all? And big shifts are happening this month, people. We've gone through many, many, many months, even in like a year or so with the Aquarius Leo axis and all of those things. And now we're switching up to the Cancer Capricorn North Node. And the big shift, the big news is Jupiter moving into Sagittarius right now. I want to give you a few notes on that in just a second. Other thing is, guys, watch for your sun, moon, and rising, especially if they're all different, and then reinterpret to suit yourself. Also, if you want, cross-watch for a significant other. That can really shed light. Also, please, when you are watching, please invite your invisible friends and make it a cozy kind of personal event, as though this was your own personal reading, okay? Cards are well shuffled in advance, but we're going to go to the last second so that you're a witness. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. Sorry about that. Here are the notes. Got to get this done quick, okay, for you guys. Check out the links below, please. Number one, most important, Tarot Lumination membership. Please consider that. Please go to the site, check it out, read through, and understand what we're really doing here. Also, again, regarding the healing, First Friday healing events, okay, the first Friday of every month. Check the links below. Shopping, books, the Tarot Lumination Silk Scarf, personal readings, other playlists for songs and stories. Check out the links below. And don't forget, come and hang out Sunday night live Super Chat mini readings. And of course, the subscribes and likes. Awesome. Thank you so much. Here's the quick notes here from Tarot Lumination Astro Doodles. These are personal notes that I use in personal readings, but I'm just going to share a little bit with you guys. Significant stuff for the month. December 6th, the new moon in Sagittarius. Mercury now going direct again in Sagittarius. That's in your second house of money, value, values. Okay? So you might feel an uplift there. December 21st, Sun enters Capricorn, and it's the winter solstice. 22nd, day after, the full moon is in Cancer. So that's going to start highlighting what it's going to feel like more in 2019 when we get the Cancer Capricorn eclipses and the North Node journey, which has already started, by the way. The big event, my feeling, is with Jupiter moving into Sagittarius, happening to be in a hard square with Mars in Pisces for most of the month. I feel that the big shifts in energy is to do with this square off. Mars in Pisces, Jupiter in Sagittarius. My interpretation is expansion of spiritual awareness through challenges to our most deeply buried secrets and wounds. And where else do we find that more significantly than anywhere else besides inside ourselves? It's in the context of a significant relationship. Certain types of healing can only occur in the context of a significant, hopefully intimate, loving relationship. Okay? You can learn the hard way or the easy way, the loving way. Either way, it's work. Think of Jupiter as the great benefic. Even though it's in hard square with Mars, we can always find a way to expand and grow from this, all right? Here's the little astro doodle. I'm just going to focus on this part here. Venus is in Scorpio all month for you, so you might feel gorgeous. You might feel a lift. Please pay attention towards the 18th, okay? The moon will be in Taurus for a few days. See how you really feel about them. See how they really feel about you, okay? And do not disavow your new sense of value to them and to the world, your new sense of values, your new sense of wealth, and the chances to increase your wealth, your value, your values for yourself primarily, okay? And by the way, with the Mars and Pisces over here, Neptune retrograde all month over here. This is in your 5th house of love and relationship. So there might be a lot of action, replay, rewinds deep at the spiritual level between you, Scorpio, and a significant other in the lovey-dovey department as well. Okay? There you go. That's enough on that. Let's get going, people. All right. Thank you for your patience and your indulgence. I want to get this as concise and compact as for you as possible. Okay, time to bring in your invisible friends, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, and all of those fluffy, soft, angelic beings from the other side. They love to be invited. Okay, don't forget that. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. Not enough time, space, room. Okay. All right, here we go. Well shuffled. You've seen it. Even shuffled before we started recording. We're going to cut it all up now. Bless the cards, every single card, the whole freaking deck. Bless Tarot Illumination and the whole channel and the brand. Bless you, Scorpios, for being here, finding Tarot Illumination at all. Okay, what are you radiating? Think of yourself like a smartphone, cell phone, okay? You beep out signals. You receive signals. What are you beeping out? What are they beeping out? What are you beeping out from deep at the core? You might not even be aware of it. What are they deeply radiating over here at their core? Maybe aware, maybe not so aware. What's the relationship itself like? Context. Remember, this is a constantly shifting thing. It's like a jellyfish in the ocean. It has structure, meaning, and purpose. We need to be flexible, but we also need stability, okay? So what does that look like over here? Think of this as a thing that you guys own. What are you doing with this? Are you investing? Are you doing the cleanup campaigns regularly and daily like you would run a business? What is being created out of here? Is this something beautiful, challenging, healing? What is it? We're going to look at circumstantial energy, environmental influences, call it the weather. We're going to start. It's the Three of Clubs. Something to celebrate here. So Scorpio, I think this might be to do with a little bit of just sweetness coming through to you from the Venus in Scorpio. It's time to just enjoy being you, at least for a little while, and the boost to your sense of self-worth, perhaps, you know, Jupiter in your 2nd house, the sun there, everything lighting up, Mercury going direct there. That is stuff to celebrate with you and your loved one. In fact, you could almost make it a party where perhaps others need to know about you, Scorpio, and your loved one, and the lovely, you know, the beautiful thing that you guys have. Even if you have deeply, deeply challenging issues, if the love is there, it's a mind-boggling what the healing power of love can do, you know, with this beautiful, beautiful energy here, and at the same time very challenging here. There is the hard square between the Pisces Sagittarius energy, but never fear Jupiter. You can always find a way to get the good out of it. So don't worry too much. What are you radiating over here? Let's have a look. Okay. So my feeling is that deep down you're grieving for all the losses and everything that doesn't work. Like a vivid realization of all the, let's say, the trauma, the sadness, the tragedy of everything that you've endured over a last 12-year journey regarding this really important house of value and values. In some ways you're seeing perhaps how little you are valued and how much grief and pain and suffering you have endured yourself. And perhaps how does that translate into love and relationship? Perhaps you're seeing how there's so much love and yet so much grief and sorrow. And that's kind of an extreme. I feel this is very extreme. Venus and Scorpio perhaps here. Also, please don't be perturbed by this, because again, there's a lot of love and healing that can occur in the context of a relationship. So if part of you is very deeply broken, disappointed, and saddened by some of the things that you have learned and discovered in love and relationship here, and especially with the new ingress of Uranus into Taurus, maybe start, you know, later next year. Right now it's retrograding back into Aries, so I don't want to worry too much about it. But you might have really been shaken up very, very recently through the Scorpio season. It was so intense. There's so many planets piled up in Scorpio. You might have been really, really, really under like a pressure cooker kind of environment. And now it's easing off and things are simmering more gently. And you are sensing probably more than anything to me, it feels like a very, very, very deep, deep, deep awareness of woundings and pain and suffering inside of you. Okay. And it's happening in the context of love and relationship. It doesn't mean it's a tragic ending of a relationship. It just means you're becoming aware of the pain and suffering that can occur or that needs healing. So you've got to reveal it to heal it. You need to know what it is so that you can move on and access the little cups that are still there for you, for sure. I think of that as a miniature Two of Cups, beautiful energy that is right there for you when you have done and finished your grieving or while you grieve and heal. What are they radiating over here? Okay, well, they might be sensing your imbalance and they're doing everything they can to hold their balance in such a delicate situation. They have their own issues to deal with, whoever they are over there for you, Scorpio. They might be really, really struggling inside how to maintain and conduct themselves in whatever aspects they need to in regard to this relationship. And they're doing a really good job at it because it's actually very hard to do this. It's very hard to carry the energy of ambivalence. Ambivalence sounds like a wishy-washy word, but it's the energy of how do you carry and maintain two seemingly opposing energies and structures inside the same self. Like, how can you love someone so intensely and at the same time have so many challenges? Okay, so I have a feeling they are sensing that inside of you. How can I love someone so beautifully and yet there's so much tragedy here inside of us? It doesn't mean, again, please understand, I don't see this as the end of it, of like, just because it's something is tragic and painful doesn't mean it's not worth anything. It's just that I think the Jupiter thing with the Mars thing is really, really bringing out, I'll just go back to this stuff, expansion of spiritual awareness through challenges to our most deeply buried secrets and wounds. Hint, hint, in the context of a love relationship here. I think that's what you have experienced. It could be a very tearful moment for you where you love each other very, very deeply, but you're also becoming acutely aware of the challenges, and they're doing everything they can to maintain their stability in this for themselves and for the relationship and for you, because I feel that they love you. Otherwise, they wouldn't be putting in this effort. Okay, what are you radiating from inside? Deep down, okay, to me, this is like, but don't forget, people, the Jupiter Sagittarius thing is there, and you have a right to be happy. It's like it's a fundamental thing here. Well, for everywhere, but happiness is a choice. Happiness is a decision, no matter how much pain and sorrow is there. Deep down inside of you, it's almost like you've got an almost infinite supply of love that nobody can take from you. Nobody can harm you. Nobody can mess that up. It's almost like, I don't know what to do with it all. It's just like, hey, does anybody want a bottle of champagne? I've got a couple of spares. You want to hang out with me? But this is in the context of a relationship with a loved one. So my feeling is that no matter how tragic and painful and sad certain aspects of the relationship might be, and that it's bubbling out inside of you, deep down inside, you are aware of how very lucky you are and the love that you do have, the happiness that you do have, that you can share. And this is stuff that you've earned perhaps over lifetimes, and now it's manifesting here and now. And I think that is part of the Jupiter and Sagittarius thing. Just look at it on its own, no conflict or anything. You're extremely lucky in at the heart soul level. No matter what's happening outside in the three-dimensional aspects, the material aspects, the mundane world. Okay, let's have a look deep down inside of them. Okay, with the King of Pentacles here, my feeling is that they're doing an outstanding job of maintaining and creating wealth and stability and extracting the value and, let's say, reflecting the value of you back to you. In other words, they are perfectly aware of the challenges of the situation, and they are doing a really effective, basically a juggling act to maintain the stability, because that is part of their process about improving the wealth, improving the abundance, maintaining their own dignity, self-respect as a manifester, as someone deep down who is almost like making it their business to make this thing really good for themselves, for you, and for the relationship. It's like, this is like, to me, this looks like it's very important for them. It's very, very important, and they wouldn't be expending all this effort and doing what has to be done to, let's say, feel wealthy, be wealthy, grow the wealth, enjoy the wealth in the context of this relationship. Okay? In a very, you're feeling a little bit emotionally here, probably the Venus and Scorpio stuff, but they're dealing with it in a very, very practical, down to earth way. Very practical, like they're working very hard to create stability in a very delicate time for you. Okay? And they're doing a superb job out of it. Okay, what about the relationship itself? Let's have a look. So at the core, if there is something going on where inside the relationship that you, Scorpio, are aware that there's something very tragic here, no matter how much love you've got on the inside, no matter how much work they're putting into it, no matter how much they care, no matter how much they value you, there is no question about it. Let's admit it. Somewhere you've got to eventually admit there's some element of painful, some very, very deeply painful component of this relationship that needs to be addressed. Again, it doesn't mean this is the end of the world. Are you betraying them? Are they betraying you? Is the relationship sound? My feeling is that the relationship is beeping the red light, just like an engine light in a car. Beep, 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 beep. And you can't ignore it. They can't ignore it. It's right in your face. It's right in their face. And it's a component of the relationship right now. And it's very painful. It's probably very painful for them and painful for you. And yet, this, again, gosh, allows for the expansion of spiritual awareness through challenges to our most deeply buried secrets and wounds, especially in the context of a loving relationship. So there's potentially a lot of healing that can come out of this once you reveal it to heal it. So like if you're celebrating, if you guys are aware of what this means to you, are you aware of, can you actually put words to this, Scorpio? Is there, what is it? Can you actually define what is so painful for you? Are they able to define it? Are you able to go to them and ask them, what is this? How are we going to deal with this? Are they willing to come up and be there with you and admit this and handle this so that it can be healed? You got to reveal it to heal it. Some kind of, like, are you betraying yourself? Are they betraying themselves? Are you betraying each other in some way that is really tragic, really painful? I don't see anything crushing here. What I see is a chance for going very deep into deep awareness where, especially for you guys, Scorpio, when we intimate and we intimate and separate, and there is the crucible. For you, Scorpios, this is deadly serious stuff. And Scorpios do not mess about when it comes to intimacy. Intimacy is a total soul merger, complete immersion of one soul into the other, where two become one. Okay? Two become one, and you go from there. So the process of intimacy and separation, intimacy and love and separation, is probably more intense for a Scorpio or anyone who is in a relationship with a Scorpio than any other sign. I'm not demeaning any other sign. It just happens that Scorpio is hyper intense when it comes to matters of the heart and love, romance, and passion. So when things go wrong, they can go really wrong, extremely painful, and it would be felt at the deepest levels. But that's what we're talking about here, where you get a chance to reveal it, to heal it, but it would only occur or happen in the context of a loving relationship. So for you, when people, we intimate, we separate, we intimate, we separate. With you, it'd be more like this. We intimate. Total soul merger. And then you separate as the intensity becomes almost overwhelming. And then you go back again. So the crucible for you guys has to be incredibly strong, built out of love. It has to be very flexible. It has to be very durable. Okay? And I see them as putting everything they've got into it. And you've got all the ingredients you need. They've got the ingredients. But you're seeing and experiencing certain aspects that are very, very painful, uncomfortable. Okay, what does this lead us to? Okay, so with the Knight of Swords here, it's like, okay, well, now we need to know. Now we got to reveal it to heal it. Now we know what it is. We can put words to it, and then it gives us a chance to deal with it. It's like we're going to go straight at it, you know? Over here, it's like, to me, it feels like a strong commitment to fight for the truth, fight for reality, stand up for integrity, truth, new wisdom, new learning, new understandings. Again, keep repeating this, expansion of spiritual awareness through the challenge. And that's exactly what is happening. I think that you, in your love and real relationship with a significant other, you are rising to the challenge because you have some kind of very serious challenge here and you're dealing with it. Okay? Somehow or other, you're dealing with it because you can and because you want to. So that must mean there's an awful lot of love here somewhere. Okay? Otherwise, you know, they would have jumped and gone. You would have jumped and gone. Instead, you're dealing with it. You're actually facing the flashing red light. And then you tackle it. Okay? And that's something to celebrate. You can actually do that, you know? Okay, I'm going to leave it as it is for now, Scorpio. Thank you so much. And please reinterpret at will. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising. And cross-watch as well for a significant other, okay? You're going to be fine because you're taking charge. You're on top of it. It looks like both of you are committed here to dealing with whatever the challenges might be, okay? And that is something to celebrate. Truly, truly between you guys. Like a lot of couples wouldn't do that. They would allow everything to blow up. They would allow the foundations to collapse. They would demean each other or start attacking each other or blaming each other. But instead, it looks like you guys are dealing with it. Like you're going to deal with it head on. Like, bring it on. Seriously, bring it on. All right. Thank you, Scorpios. Bye-bye.